2, 1. It's game time. Game time. Look and say. Okay? Now, let's help Cindy swim away from the shark. Oh no! Look. What is this?
Let's focus on the page. Teacher, no need for that. What
Okay.
is this?
What is this?
Office.
Very good. Please say, this is an office.
This is an office.
Fantastic. Good job. You got your star and an apple. There you go.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Okay, let's swim again. Look, who is he?
Businessman.
Yay! Can you say he is a businessman?
He is a businessman. I think we're good, teacher.
Fantastic.
Thank you. All right. Just a suggestion, teachers, because it might be a little time consuming if you will give rewards per picture. So I suggest you finish the game first and then you give the rewards after. Give a lot of rewards, okay?
Okay.
Good job, Teacher Mark. Okay, let's have Teacher Lewis. Last one for the dialogue. Yay, last one. Teacher Lewis,
Okay.
do it.
Look, Timmy and Uncle Paul are talking. Let's read.
Okay.
Timmy says, "Wow, cool. Do you work in a candy store?" Your turn.
Wow, cool. Do you work in that candy store?
Hi, bye.
Bye-bye.
Now, Uncle Paul says, "No, I work in an office." Your turn.
Oh, I work in an office.
Here's your big star.
Ah, wow, it's that's big. Okay. All right. Thank you, Teacher Lewis. Okay, so teachers, how did you feel about the entire thing? Everything you did today?
Nervous.
It's life-changing.
Don't fool me, Teacher Mark. I know you have teaching experience. For sure, nothing really changed. Okay, well, teachers, I have an idea of who among you here have teaching experience, but I just checked them after you had your demo because I don't want to evaluate you with the mindset that the teacher has a teaching experience, the teacher has no teaching experience. And I was really surprised because those who do not have teaching experience, you still did very well. So that's still good. Who doesn't have
Good
teaching
job, guys.
experience here? No teaching experience. See?
Honest.
Teacher Richelle. Well, Teacher Richelle,
Only
Louis,
intern.
Anna. Intern. Okay, Teacher Jamin. So let me go through your strengths first, okay? Because I've been sending you negative comments earlier. Let me give you your strengths. First, Teacher J-Man. Teacher J-Man, you have mastery of the lesson flow, and that's what I love about you. You are very good in acting. Okay, you just have to really look at the camera for eye contact, and you have to practice the movements you'll be doing because you have the tendency to just throw your hands into the air. So you have to be specific with the use of your TPR. Okay.
Thank
But,
you.
your pronunciation is also very clear. I loved it when you did the drill, the words. I think you can produce sounds very clearly, and that is good. Okay.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you
Teacher
very
Rachel. You're welcome. Teacher Rachel, before you conducted your demo earlier, you were like, "What? I'm so nervous." You had those reactions, but when you started talking, I was like, she was fooling me. She's good. Okay, I think you have experience speaking in English in a group. I don't know what your work experience is, but you're very comfortable using the language, and you have flawless pronunciation, and that's what I love about you. It's very natural. Okay, and that's very good. You also have this talent of building a good connection with whoever you're talking to. You just have the tendency to be a little wordy. I think it's because you're very comfortable using English. So you have to always think of the level of the student. This is the level of your student. You explain a lot of things to them, no matter how fluent you are, this is their reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They will not understand.
Right? So you have to listen. Look, you have to exaggerate. Your turn. Say. So there should be exaggeration, okay? But I think you can do that, teacher Rachel. You've improved a lot actually when you did your second demo with page 3. You did it a lot or way better than how you did it in your mock demo earlier. So good job.
Thank you,
Okay.
teacher.
All right. I love your confidence as well. Teacher Lois, you can also be really fun in class if you are more confident. You're the shy version of Teacher Richelle. You also have good command of the language. You can play with your tone of voice, but sometimes it seems like you plan it too well. You know, you practice too well that it doesn't have inarticulacies. You know, there are no sudden sound effects, sudden movement, or everything was planned. So it might affect your spontaneity. Your evaluator might say you practiced too much. That when you already have a different kind of situation, you might get rattled or you might not know how to adjust. So I want you to be more natural in your delivery. You don't have any problem because you have good command of the language anyway. Okay?
Thank you, teacher.
Okay, good. Teacher Jay, there's something wrong with your microphone. I'm just kidding. I really couldn't hear you clearly. It's the sound is like that. I think that's the reason why.
Yeah. Maybe I will fix that.
Approved.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that the approved microphone? Did they approve that?
Actually, when I used that, they didn't tell me anything at all.
See, I can't understand what you're saying. They didn't approve because you had your tech check, right?
Yes.
Yes. Did they approve it? Did they say okay, you can use that in your training?
I was using the previous microphone, the one that wasn't.
You did have a previous mic.
So I used this.
Do you have the old mic?
I don't have it.
Don't have it. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a headset, the corded earbuds, or you call that the one you use with your phone? Do you have something like that?
Actually,
Sorry.
something like that.
And that's okay. That's okay. Actually, that's okay. That's fine.
Yes.
You can use your microphone for now. Just make sure that you talk clearly. Actually, your microphone saved you today because I wasn't able to hear the lapses when you had your mock demo. I could hear correct TH. I just heard about the difficulty you're having because of the drill. So when you do the drill with the evaluator, you have to make sure that you really practice the sounds, specifically the TH and THR, okay? This one, don't worry, you can just use it. That's fine. Or if you can find another headset before your demo.
Before the final demo, yes.
Before your final, yes. I haven't given the results yet. Yes. If you can find another headset, maybe because most probably you can contact me or any of your co-teachers. You can try it if you will sound better. Okay. All right. So if I'll be available, I can assist you. But I usually have training sessions, so maybe you can ask assistance from the other teachers. Okay.
All right.
Thank you. So there, teacher. What I love about you, teacher Jay, you're actually confident, but I think you're just trying to figure out how to exaggerate things, but the fun is there. It was natural. Your fun was natural. You have a really big smile. You just have to look at the camera, and your tone of voice is bubbly, like like hosts of kids programs. You have a very bubbly tone of voice. I can't hear you anymore. I think you're saying something. Teacher Jay says.
Yes. Yeah.
Were you
How about
saying?
now? Yeah, I'm saying that it's kind of like animated.
Animated. You have a
Yeah.
naturally animated tone of voice.
Yes.
Just make a better connection with your student by looking at the camera. Teachers, that's very important. I had a lot of really good teachers in my previous batch, but only one of them got a perfect score, an A. The only thing I could see that he had that the other teachers didn't, eye contact. Because in the beginning of the class, he was already looking at the camera. He would glance at the screen every now and then. Of course, that's important for you to see the reaction of your student. But when you're talking, you talk to the camera. He started with this. Hi, hi. He's looking at the camera because that's how your student will see that you're looking at them. Okay, so try and practice looking at the camera
Hello.
every now and then. Okay, so there.
Okay.
Teacher Jessica, I think you're a natural as well. You know how to deal with kids very well. The giggling every now and then, the fun tone of voice. There are a lot of elements in your delivery that made me think like you've been doing this for quite some time. So I really love your delivery, and then you're very confident, or at least you're good at faking it. If you're not, you're really, really good. So I love your presence in class. You just have to be careful with one sound. You know that, right? Yes, the I sound, because it's a very critical sound, teachers, because it's a vowel sound. Just one wrong vowel sound can change the meaning of the word. For example, F-E-E-T. How do you read it?
Feet.
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 Long
Feet.
sound. Feet.
Feet.
Now, how do you read F-I-T?
Feet.
Fit.
Fit. Fit.
Fit.
Okay, so what's the difference?
Fit.
The
Short
one
I.
with two E's
Feet.
is feet.
Fit.
E. F-I-T is, you drop this a little, fit.
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 You fit.
Okay, more controlled opening of the mouth.
I have
But don't
long
say
two
feet.
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 Okay?
Fit.
Fit.
Feet.
Feet.
Fit.
Fit. Fit.
Okay, it's
Do
the
you
same
think
with
this
this.
will
Fit.
fit?
This is
Fit.
office. It's the same. Swim.
Office.
Let's swim
Fit.
to the
Swim.
next
Yeah.
page.
I will go to your office.
Right,
Office
teacher?
today.
Office.
Okay, now let's have Teacher Jovelyn. Teacher Jovelyn, you also speak English very well, and that's good. You sounded very, very perky. But same with Teacher Lois. Sometimes I feel like you practiced it too much. Okay, that you already sound like it's not spontaneous, it's not conversational. So I suggest teachers that you don't really stick strictly to your script, but I want you to, instead of kind of reading it, I want you to talk casually with your student so it will
Alright.
sound more natural. Okay,
Okay,
Okay.
teacher.
Right. Teacher Anna, you have good command of the language. Like Teacher Richelle, you have the same style of speaking for me. You have the same style of speaking. You are very confident. You're naturally a jolly person. I mean, based on your delivery, you have flawless pronunciation. It comes out naturally, like you're not trying. It was really, really good. I think you're very comfortable speaking in English. And you've also improved. You're no longer too wordy as compared to how you did your demo earlier. So good. You were able to adjust very well. Just exaggerate the TPR, make them bigger, and then add some great job giggles, and sound effects, and then making your eyes big for exaggeration. That will add sprinkles on your cupcake. Okay,
Oh,
icing, tiny sprinkles. Okay,
wow.
Teacher Mark, you definitely have teaching experience. I saw that because I checked your profile after the mock demo. I want to see if my potential pastors have teaching experience, and I saw that you do have teaching experience. So you were able to show really good practices in the class. I think the teachers were able to see that the additional things like ooh, the sound effects, you're very good when it comes to sound effects. Playing in the class, that's very good. And you put emphasis on instructions as well with your TPR. And I think that is a very good skill that not all teachers have. Okay, so that is very good, Teacher Mark Verzosa. That's one good. Should be Verzosa. Verzosa. Okay, so I want you to be as playful as that when you conduct your demo. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Teacher Mikaela, I love your presence in class. Aside from the fact that you're so cute, okay? You know how to use your cuteness, all right? You're so bubbly. I love the big smile. You use a lot of TPR. I saw the adjustment period, Teacher Mikaela, because at first you were really hesitant. And then as we go along with the different practices, I saw the improvement. That's also the reason why I always ask my teachers to do another demo, because I want to see if you can adjust based on the feedback you get per demo from me. Okay,
Yeah.
so don't be mad at me if I made it really difficult for you. Other friends from 5-1 Talk might tell you, my trainer did not ask us to repeat. Just one go and we're good. Maybe they would tell you that, but teachers, I don't do that in my training class. I want to be able to evaluate you properly. And at the same time, I want you to master the flow. I
Right.
don't think you'll forget look and say.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll forget the game with the shark anymore. You will never forget that anymore. You'll dream about that tonight.
It will
And when you
become
conduct
part of
your
our life.
and when you conduct your demo, you're already very familiar, right?
Right.
Everything will be a lot
Thank
easier.
you.
Okay, so you have to remember not just the areas for improvement, but remember the good points as well, because that will make you more confident in the class. So, nevertheless, teachers, you did great today. Congratulations for passing your training today.
Yay.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
Yay! Yay!
Hooray!
Congrats
High
to us,
five.
guys.
Yay!
Okay, so
Yeah!
Yay!
actually we finished early. Actually, this is already early because I usually finish by around 7. So we finished at 6 because I think you guys were already able to cope and you did very well. You've done a lot of practices. Now let me just discuss the things you have to know in preparation for your final demo. Okay? If you're hungry and if you have food there, you can already eat. Just mute your microphone.
Just
Do
water.
it now. I'm
Okay,
just gonna eat my donut.
Just mute your microphone because I don't want to hear chewing and sipping. Okay, I'm already hungry too.
ASMR.
Okay. So teachers, your demo is as long. I mean, the pages of the lesson, you have the same kinds of pages in your final demo. It's not gonna be Uncle Paul's job. It's a different story. The title is Our School, but the format of the pages are the same. You would notice there's no guide anymore because this guide was created by myself. Okay, I was the one who created the guide for the teachers because these are what the evaluators are looking for. But the final demo lesson, we're no longer allowed to provide you with a guide. They want they want to see your mastery of the flow. So teachers, my tip is if you don't know what to do on any of the pages, you just go back to Uncle Paul because you have the same set of or kinds of pages. For example, the intro, though the color scheme is different, it's actually the same. So whatever you did in Uncle Paul, you'll be doing the same thing in Our School.
Okay.
Okay. Next is, of course, the topic or the story is different. So you have to create a new flashcard that says Our School, but the steps we'll be following will be the same. Just edit this because it says Uncle Paul's job. Just put say Our School. Okay, there. And then in here you'll be introducing a new word. It's no longer office, it's school. So how many steps do you follow in introducing new words?
5.
5
Okay,
steps.
very good. If
5
you
steps.
forget any of them, go back to Uncle Paul. You have the 5 steps. Next, are you familiar with the dialogue?
Yes.
You guys already know what to do with this
Yes.
because we
Yes.
practiced it using the previous material. And our favorite game,
Look and
Look and
say.
say. The
and
shark.
say.
Look
So what is
and
this?
say.
Who is she? What is this? What is this? You have to finish the entire game in your final demo. Okay?
Okay.
And give rewards. Now the wrap up, we're not able to talk about the wrap up earlier. It's very easy, teachers. You have the guide here. The main point of the wrap up is you check if the student can already read what they're supposed to have learned already without guiding them. So in the last part, you no longer have to guide your
You
student.
just
Okay, you did great today. Yes, you learned 2 new words. What's this? Very good. How about
School.
this? Who is she?
She is
Teacher.
a teacher.
You only guide the student. You only guide the student if your evaluator what do you call this?
The Chinese evaluation.
Intentionally, when the
Yes.
if the Chinese evaluator will intentionally mispronounce any word, that's the only time you ask her to say it again and guide her. But if not, just let them read it on their own. And I have here a few suggestions. You can count the rewards. Wow, look at what you got today. And then show everything.
Yay!
And then I said end with a bang. When I say bang, it depends on you. Anything that the student can remember. Some teachers
Bang.
sing. They sing the
We
goodbye
did it.
song.
We did it.
Bye bye. Yeah, we did it. We did it. It depends
We
on
did
you.
it.
Okay, I'm
We
not gonna
did it.
beat you with that
Oh, we did it.
because you might have better idea than
Maybe in the
than,
form of a
than
song
myself. So
that will do.
yes,
Yes.
that's right. We have what we call the goodbye song. 5-1 Talk. Teachers often use that. You can search on YouTube since you guys are always on YouTube,
Goodbye.
right?
Goodbye.
You can try and search.
Goodbye.
That might impress your evaluator because you did your own research. So just make sure that your ending would be really good, and you only have 1 minute for the wrap up, so you don't really have to do a lot of things there. There are 6 pages. You have 10 minutes to finish it. How should we allot or allocate the time? I'll send you the time management plan. Well, how many minutes? I think I sent you that right after the material Uncle Paul's job, but I will send it again because I'll create a new group chat for the 10 of us. So that's where I'll send the copy of the lesson, the reminders, and a lot of other stuff. I love sending reminders. I'll send them to you.
Yes.
Okay, so your demo is just good for 10 minutes, but you have to allot 20 because before the 10-minute demo, your evaluator will conduct a short interview. They might ask around 2 to 3 questions about taboo topics. And then right after your demo, you still have to stay for a while for the discussion of the results. So you will know immediately if you passed or if you passed.
If you pass or if you pass.
I'm not
There's
taking any
only
other
two
results.
Is it a
Okay,
pass
if you
or a
passed
pass?
or
Or if you pass.
Yes.
There. So let's talk about the interview. I will be discussing a few things about taboo topics in a bit. It's not going to be really long. I just need to remind you of these things so you can answer your evaluators correctly. Before that, I'll show you, before our last discussion, I will give you the assigned slots for each one of you, the schedule of your final demo. Now, do not react or retaliate immediately. I want you to listen to the schedule first, and if you can make it work, please just make it work because it's quite difficult to look for another slot. There are a lot of teachers scheduled for demo, and these are the slots assigned to us. Again, we only need 20 minutes of your time.
Okay.
So usually teachers conduct their final demo on the same day with the training, but because you're part of the afternoon session